And looking at the progressive efforts by the Centre to fight COVID-19, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has tweeted saying, India overtakes USA and becomes #1 in terms of global COVID-19 recoveries. Total recoveries crossed 42 lakh. The ministry further added that the centre led focused, calibrated, responsive and effective measures of early identification through high and aggressive testing, prompt surveillance and tracking coupled with standardized high-quality clinical care have together resulted in this global achievement. Now, the centre-led COVID management strategies have focused on early detection through widespread, easy and aggressive testing. According to the ICMR's latest data, 8,81,911 people have been tested in a single day yesterday. The total number of people tested so far stands at 6,24,54,254. And President Ramnath Kovind addressed the Visitors' Conference on Implementation of National Education Policy 2020 Higher Education virtually today. Union Education Minister, educationists and prominent personalities attended the conference virtually as well. The President appreciated the efforts of the Education Ministry and other institutions for completing the process of policy making. And speaking on the occasion, the President further said that the NEP aims to reorient our education system towards meeting the needs of the 21st century. It sets the vision of developing an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing quality education for all. This calls for achieving the twin objectives of inclusion and excellence.
The National Education Policy aims to reorient our education system towards meeting the needs of the 21st century. It sets the vision of developing an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing quality education to all. This calls for achieving the twin objectives of inclusion and excellence. The policy also seeks to discourage rote learning and overemphasis on marks or grades. It seeks to encourage critical thinking and a spirit of inquiry.
The President also said that one of the targets of the NEP 2020 is to increase the gross enrollment ratio in higher education to 50% by 2035.
One of the targets of the NEP 2020 is to increase the gross enrollment ratio or GER in higher education to 50% by 2035. Technology can help in achieving this target.
And taking Prime Minister Narendra Modi's initiative forward, J&K Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has approved a much-needed stimulus package for Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory to rebuild the economy and to spur momentous growth in businesses for the benefit of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. J&K LG today announced a mega economic package of 1,350 crore rupees for reviving the aiding business sector of the Union Territory.
आर्थिक समस्या झेल रहे बिजनेस कम्युनिटी के लोगों के लिए एक 1350 करोड़ रुपए का इकोनॉमिक पैकेज हम सब ने मिलकर के मंजूर किया है। ये आत्मनिर्भर भारत अभियान माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने घोषित किया था, उसके अलावा है। इसके साथ साथ कई बड़े प्रशासनिक मेजर्स भी हमने लिए हैं, जिससे आवाम को, बिजनेसमैन को, इंडस्ट्री वालों को, टूरिज्म में लगे हुए लोगों को, सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को बड़ा लाभ आने वाले दिनों में मिलने वाला है।
The government has waived off 50% electricity and water bills for 1 year across the Union Territory as well. The initiative will bring huge relief to farmers, families as well as businesses. J&K LG also announced stamp duty exemption till March 2021 for all borrowers.
बिजली और पानी के बिल में 50% की रियायत दी है, जिस पर करीब 105 करोड़ रुपए हम खर्च करने जा रहे हैं। वो किसान हो, आम परिवार हो, बिजनेस, ट्रेड, इंडस्ट्री, सबके लिए ये निर्णय हमने किया है। Stamp duty is exempted up to March 2021 in case of all borrowers.
He also announced that the credit limit for handloom workers has been increased from 1 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees.
हमने निर्णय किया है कि हैंडलूम, हैंडीक्राफ्ट में जो काम कर रहे हैं उनको क्रेडिट कार्ड स्कीम में अब तक जो 1 लाख रुपए की मैक्सिमम लिमिट थी उसे बढ़ाकर हम 2 लाख रुपया करने जा रहे हैं और 7% इंटरेस्ट सबवेंशन उनको दिया जाएगा ताकि हैंडलूम और हैंडीक्राफ्ट जो पूरे देश में नहीं बल्कि मैं कहूं कि दुनिया में जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों की ख्याति रही है उसको बढ़ावा देने के लिए ये महत्वपूर्ण निर्णय हमने किया है।
Now moving on, Rajya Sabha passed the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code Second Amendment Bill 2020 on the 6th day of the monsoon session today. The bill was moved by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. And replying to the debate on the bill, the Finance Minister said everybody is in their houses due to pandemic and it has caused trouble for businesses. So the government has decided to suspend Sections 7, 9 and 10 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code.
If at all because of COVID and because everybody is made to stay in their houses, it causes trouble for businesses and then they are sent for insolvency professionals to resolve it, it would be impossible to find resolution professionals, it will be impossible to even resolve the problems, and therefore it was decided that it is better to suspend Section 7, 9 and 10 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code so that we can prevent corporate persons which are experiencing distress on account of that unprecedented situation being pushed into insolvency proceedings. And therefore the ordinance was brought in.
The FM further said that the intention of the IBC is to keep companies their going concern and not to liquidate them.
IBC is actually serving the purpose of making sure resolutions are offered, and I repeat, although it's Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, the way in which this code has functioned, it ensures that most of the resolutions are happening to make the company as a going concern only rather than liquidated.
The FM also said that Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is not a recovery law, but saving lives of the businesses is a priority.
This particular code, sir, the IBC code, is not a recovery law. The creditors do have all kinds of options for recovery. Saving lives of companies is far more important than enabling recovery of loans which may exist, which may be utilized through various other options which prevail.
Now, an important update in the battle against terrorism. Well, in a major crackdown against terrorism, the National Investigation Agency has conducted simultaneous raids at several locations in Ernakulam in Kerala and Murshidabad in West Bengal. During the raids, the agency has arrested 9 terrorists associated with Pakistan-sponsored module of the Al-Qaeda. The group was planning to undertake terrorist activities and attacks at vital installations in the country with an aim to kill innocent people and to strike terror in their minds. A case has been registered and investigations have been started by the NIA. 6 Al-Qaeda operatives were arrested from Murshidabad in West Bengal, while 3 others were arrested from Ernakulam in Kerala in early hours today. Large quantities of incriminating materials, including digital devices, documents, literature related to terror activities, weapons, country-made firearms, a locally fabricated body armor, articles and literature used for making homemade explosive devices have been seized from their possession. Now, according to preliminary investigations, these individuals were radicalized by Pakistan-based Al-Qaeda terrorists on social media and were motivated to undertake attacks at multiple places, including the National Capital Region. Moving on, Union Environment Ministry on the eve of International Coastal Cleanup Day announced the decision to recommend 8 Indian beaches for the coveted Blue Flag International Eco Label in a virtual event. India's role in safeguarding its coastal environment has also been recognized by the World Bank, which has termed India's efforts and its strategies as a lighthouse for other countries in the region.
In order to safeguard coastal and marine ecosystems, 8 Indian beaches were recommended for the coveted Blue Flag International Eco Label. On the eve of the International Coastal Cleanup Day, Union Environment Minister announced at a virtual event that the decision was taken on the basis of the recommendation of an independent national jury composed of eminent environmentalists and scientists. India's initiative to clean up its coastal and marine ecosystem have been applauded by the World Bank, who believe that India's strategy for sustained coastal zone management will act as a beacon of light for other countries in the region. Union Environment Minister Prasar Bharati said that the government is committed to clean the beaches across the country. He said clean beaches are a testimony to environment in the coastal areas.
Very happy that people around the globe are launching Coastal Cleanup Day today, and we also have come out with our own hashtag, I am saving my beach. Clean beaches are testimony to the good environment on the in the coastal area.
Blue Flag beaches are considered the cleanest beaches in the world. The 8 beaches that got selected are Shivrajpur in Gujarat, Gogla in Daman and Diu, Kasargod and Padubidri Beach in Karnataka, Kapad in Kerala, Rushikonda in Andhra Pradesh, Golden Beach in Odisha and Radhanagar Beach in Andaman and Nicobar. Union Environment Minister said that the issue of marine litter and oil spilling has caused disturbance to the aquatic life, and the government is committed for the sustainable development of coastal regions.
Problem of marine litter and many other problems of spill in oil and everything causes disturbances to the aquatic life. We today are taking our vote to clean up our beaches, and I am very proud that we have started our program, highly acclaimed program Beams. So we are cleaning the beaches, and today our beaches are much more cleaner and many are amongst the best in the world.
The event also saw the launch of India's own eco-label, Beach Environment and Aesthetics Management Services by e-hosting the flag simultaneously at all the 8 beaches. This is one of the several other projects that the Union Environment Ministry has undertaken for the sustainable development of coastal regions, striving for globally recognized and the coveted eco-label Blue Flag. Tapush Bhattacharya's report, DD India.
Now, India's representative to the United Nations, T.S. Trimurti, at the UN General Assembly session has said that the highlight of UNGA session this year will be the participation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2 debates in high-level segments beginning the 21st of September. Trimurti said that the first event is a general debate where the Prime Minister will represent India at the UN and deliver the national statement, while the other is the high-level plenary meeting to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the UN.
The highlight will be the participation of Prime Minister Modi in the 2 debates in the high-level segments starting on Monday. The first is, of course, the general debate where he will deliver our national statement. The other is the high-level plenary meeting to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the United Nations on Monday. His address will certainly be the highlight of our participation in the UN General Assembly.
And Trimurti further said that a biodiversity summit will be organized virtually on the 30th of this month with the theme of urgent action on biodiversity for sustainable development. He said this will be the first summit on biodiversity in the UN. Union Environment Minister Prasar Bharati will be participating in this summit. He also informed that an important event to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the World Conference on Women will be held on the 1st of October, which will be attended by Union Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani.
There will also be a biodiversity summit that will be organized virtually on the 30th of September with the theme Urgent Action on Biodiversity for Sustainable Development. This will be the first summit on biodiversity in the UN. Our Minister for Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Mr. Prakash will be participating in this summit. On the 1st of October in New York, there will be an important event to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the World Conference on Women held in Beijing earlier, and the adoption of the Beijing Platform for Action, which is widely acknowledged as the most comprehensive plan for advancing the rights of women and girls. Honorable Minister for Women and Child Welfare, Srimati Smriti Irani, will be participating in this event, underlining our very strong commitment to women's empowerment and gender sensitivity. I would also like to mention that the Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, will be participating in some of the ministerial meetings which will be held on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. On the 2nd of October, the UN will be holding the International Day for the Total Elimination of Nuclear Weapons. Foreign Secretary Harsh Shringla will be delivering India's remarks.
And let us now take a look at all the updates that are coming in on COVID-19 from across the world. The overall number of global coronavirus cases has surpassed the 3 crore mark with over 3.07 crore cases, while deaths have increased to over 9,56,000 worldwide. As many as 2.23 crore people have recovered from the virus so far. The US continues to top the list, being the worst hit country by the pandemic so far, with the highest number of COVID-19 cases there. The US has recorded more than 69.25 lakh cases of COVID-19, with deaths now crossing 2 lakh. In terms of the death toll, Brazil stands second in the tally with 1.35 lakh deaths, and there are 44.97 lakh cases of COVID-19 in Brazil. And back home, as the battle against COVID-19 pandemic continues in Arunachal Pradesh, even after several months of lockdown, the schools have not yet begun their classes. It's not easy to collect books and develop reading habits. In such an era, the street library in Arunachal Pradesh's Nirjuli is operating and is fulfilling many purposes simultaneously. Take a look at this report.
According to Noorag Meena, in the midst of COVID-19 difficulties, Arunachal Pradesh had many other challenges where the state has to focus as well. Meena wanted to bring habit of reading among children and teenagers and also to create interest for new knowledge.
हमेशा यहाँ पे किताब ढूंढते हैं, बुक स्टोर्स जाना पड़ता है और लाइब्रेरी तो बहुत इनएक्सेसिबल हो जाता है. गवर्नमेंट लाइब्रेरीज बहुत कम है. तो व्हेन इट कम्स टू रीडिंग इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट. तो जब ये स्ट्रीट लाइब्रेरी का आइडिया मिला तो मैंने सोचा कि तुरंत हम भी इसको कॉपी कर लेते हैं अपने स्टेट पे, क्योंकि मिज़ोरम जैसे जो इतना एडवांस स्टेट है वो लोग जो भी करेंगे अच्छा ही करेंगे.
Meena's initiative for street library has also moved to establish proactive relation with local children, students and all other age groups who generally pass through the street. She wants everyone to stop for a while and ask about books. She hopes one day reading and urge to know one's culture will be inculcated in their life as well.
Every year we see that the graph of performance of this CBSE and AISSE students दिन ब दिन घटते जा रहा है और it's a very big concern for us कि अभी से बच्चे जो है आगे लैंडिंग भी कर सकते हैं. Even I believe कि बच्चे जो है घर पे जाके आराम से पढ़ सकते हैं. That's how we can slowly develop the reading culture.
से ना हम लोग कोचिंग क्लास ढूंढते हैं ना, हम लोग पैसा नहीं होता है. अभी ये मैडम जो ऐसा खोल के रखा है हम बहुत अच्छा लगता है. मेरा बेटी बेटा लोग यहाँ में आके पढ़ने मिला है, बहुत अच्छा लगता है, बहुत खुश है.
Nirjuli Street Library is just not only a bookshelves but a nukkad where a new sun of hope is rising. With Sandeep Thakur, Sanjay Pratap Singh, DD News, Itanagar.
Living and learning in COVID times. That's what we can really see here and in many parts of the country, with people taking all sorts of precautions and undertaking normal life activities and helping others as well. That's all we have time for the moment in this edition of the news, but all the latest continues right here on DD India and DD News. Up next is Dr. Speak.